Okay, tis filming. Cool. So yeah, what you wanted to take part?
I wanted to take part and make this video because I thought it was really important to get across just the human impact of the article on me and other people like me. I think so much has been said in the media about the political implications of the piece and about what is and isn't offensive and things like that, and I just felt that actually the impact on the people that are directly being discussed in this article hasn't really been publicised much. And there's been so much about the fact that trans people are just wanting to get offended, or that we're overreacting and things like that. And I think it's really important for trans activists who work in this field every day and are not used to, you know, the kind of prejudice and opinions that are out there, just to say, actually, this has had a huge impact on me as well. So if it's had this impact on me, how's it made, you know, that young trans person that was just getting up the courage to tell their parents, and now they see this in the paper? I think it's really important to get that side of things across as well.
So do you want to tell me about sort of, obviously from when you saw that article up to now, how, you know, what's been going on for you?
At first I was just incredibly angry and didn't really know what to do with all that anger. I couldn't believe that something so overtly hateful and offensive had been published in a national newspaper, and a paper that I really, up until now, had respected and thought was liberal and pro-equality. And then the more the arguments gone on, and the more apologist pieces and pieces belittling it and everything that's gone on, I've just got more and more sad about it, and it's just made me feel really crap about myself. And seeing those words in a national newspaper, words that I always worry that people are secretly thinking about me or would say if they could, was just really hurtful and exposing, and just made me feel really rubbish about myself again. And all the feelings, and even just the opinions she expressed in the article, are things that, you know, I felt about myself. I've felt that, you know, I'd never be a real guy and stuff like that, and I know that's ridiculous, but to have someone else say it, it's like, wow, yeah, thanks. That is the way it is. And it's just been so hurtful to see other people that I really love and respect be so hurt by it as well. And to have people not taking it seriously and not understanding the impact just makes it all feel worse. I've been really low, lower than I've been for a long time over the past few days, just because of this, just because of all of the feelings that it's brought up. And the words that she used were purposely used to have that impact. It's not like you can say that she's not responsible for, you know, how her writing has made someone feel, because those words and phrases were used purposely to belittle our identities. It was a direct attack on our identities. So no wonder we feel like crap. and I just don't really know where to put those feelings, what to do with them now. Other than do this.
What would you like to see happen? Like, if you could have an ideal outcome from all this shit and stress, what would you like to see?
Want her to see, I want her to see this, I want her to really understand the impact of her words. I want to meet her face to face and tell her how she made me feel. I really want her to have to face that. I think that would make me feel better. Maybe.
What about, do you want to say anything about the whole freedom of speech thing? I mean, you sort of have already, but I just wondered if you want to say anything more.
Yeah, I mean, and I totally agree with freedom of speech, and I think those arguments are just getting used in such a terrible way in relation to this article. Of course she's got the freedom to express those opinions, but she doesn't have the right to have a national platform on which to do it, and she doesn't have the right to do so using purposefully hateful and offensive language. That's not what free speech is. And there were no other, she wasn't even expressing anything. It wasn't a public interest story, there was nothing. All it was a tirade of anti-trans comments. And that was printed is just absurd. And I totally strongly believe that if it was language that offensive in relation to another minority group, there's absolutely no way it would have been published in the Observer. And I think that is one of the most frustrating things, that nobody will acknowledge that.